Hello, hello, hello. I'm back. We have power. Woohoo! It has blipped a few times, so I'm hoping it'll hold because I promised you guys a little paint fun today, and I am finally getting a chance to paint. So I thought I'd bring you along. Oh, hi, Christy. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Hi, good. Okay. Yeah, so hopefully the power holds. I started laundry. So you guys, nobody wants laundry full of soap that isn't rinsed. So let's hope it holds. The snow has let up quite a bit. It hasn't gotten too windy yet, so fingers crossed. Good, I'm glad you can hear me. Good. Thank you. Big, huge thank you to everybody that has shared my page and invited people to come see my page. I so appreciate that. And for all of you guys that are new here, my paint tutorials on my lives are not full tutorials. They are just kind of a quick go through, run through, hope you paint with me. And please feel free to post in the comments if you paint these, or to send them to me in private message. Nothing makes my heart happier than to see you guys actually do them. I'm hoping maybe in the new year to actually do some full paint tutorials, probably in a private group or something, and take you through the whole step by step and not do them so quickly. But when I'm doing my lives here, you know, you only have so much time on Facebook, and I just kind of go through them. Woo! Big gust of wind and a whole bunch of snow just flew off the power lines. Oh, I hope we keep power, you guys. Wow. I have a window right in front of me. And that was a little spooky. Wow. The snow is so heavy today. Oh. The lines are bouncing, but I think I'm still good. So, I guess we probably ought to start quickly. I hope I get through this. So thank you for joining me. I hope you're still there, and hopefully if the power cuts out I can save the video, and I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Oh, Monday fun day. Oh, thank you so much for sparkling for me. I appreciate that, you guys. If you guys don't follow pages, Facebook doesn't care for you to say certain words. So we say sparkled or sprinkled. Something with an S. Christy, you're awesome. Thank you so much. Okay. I was fiddling around with a couple of ideas. I'm actually painting on a canvas today, which I don't generally do with you guys. I usually use my junk journal. But I need some more decorations for my house, and we're running out of time. We're doing Christmas starting this Friday. So many Christmases to come. I love this time of year. I love seeing family and spending time with everybody, but it gets a bit much. I want to have my house look nice. I should be cleaning today, and I will do that this afternoon. And again, before Friday. 2 dogs, me and my husband, the chickens, you know, dirt road, snow, mud, slush, whatever. But I take the time to paint when I can. So I toyed around with the snowman and the gnome, the lighting, some different ideas. And although I'm loving the gnomes, my house is more with the snowmen. So I'm going to do this guy. Don't you love a creative brain? That's how I think. That's what's going on. And I thought I'd bring you along. So as you pop on, please say hello. And if you pop on for the replay, please put in replay so that I know you are here. If I miss your comments, which I might because I'm doing the canvas today, I might get a little bit, oh good, I'm glad you love Snowman. I might get a little focused on my painting and miss some comments, but I do always go back and read them. So please comment away. All right, here we go. I'm going to turn you down and get started. I am using an 11 by 14 canvas. Let's see if I can pull you up here. There we go. And and I hope the lighting's somewhat okay. Oh, I was going to show you. I have 5 paintbrushes out today. I don't know if I'll use them all, but I have an angled brush, a smaller angled brush, a long skinny liner brush, my favorite chip brush, and I'm actually going to use a stencil pouncer brush today. So if you have a foam pouncer or a regular pouncer, or if you don't have any of those, you could use your chip brush. But something circular is good. Makeup sponge or a round, kind of round paintbrush, whatever you have. And as always, I'm going to do, I didn't know I was going to talk to you so much. Hello. As always, I'm going to use mostly primary colors and do the mixing, so you guys don't have to buy a ton of paint to do these. Just so you know, that's kind of my style. I like to blend my own colors. So I have my fabulous paint palette, which is an old Christmas tray. White, blue, yellow, and red to start with. And so here we go. Back to it. Can you see okay? I feel like, there's a shadow, but not really sure. It could just be my phone. Hopefully you can see okay. There is a little bit of a shadow. I think it's because the light, a little bit of light we have out there through the window. Alright, so I'm using an 11 by 14. If you're painting in your junk journal, use that. I will give you some ideas as to dimensions. There's not a lot of dimensions to this, so it's okay. You're going to go down about 1/3 of your page, and that's going to be your horizon line. I'm just going to draw with chalk. The chalk will erase off of here when it gets painted or when it's dry. So, and I have some water. Okay, so we're just going to start with our snow, and we're going to do our snow in some colors today, because I'm going to put some Christmas lights in there and the snow would reflect the lights. So that's the thought process on that. So we'll just start with some blue and just go up to that horizon line at an angle. A little white, so we get a good blend. My brush is a little too wet. I'm going to dry it off. I just tapped it in the water. Yellow and blue make green. So we got like a yellow green. And on this corner, I'm kind of going up. I just want to give some interest to the piece. A little more yellow. And we'll go back and do some layering, you guys. Just getting started. Pretty simple. Alright, I'm going to touch into my red and yellow, and now I'm going to go this way. And I'm going to join right into that. And I'm leaving some white. I'm going to come back and put some color in there. I just want to get a base down. It looks kind of crazy when you start painting, you guys. You have to trust the process. You have to trust that this is going to all come together. I'm going to end in my corner just as dark as I did in my top. And I'm just dabbing into my yellows and my reds and getting a really good variation of color as we go through, and really blending the shades while they're still wet. Gonna need more yellow. Your lighter colors will disappear faster, so you need a little bit more of those. Your yellows, your whites, they all kind of get ate up. I am using my chalk paints today, you guys, because I'm doing the canvas. I don't know if I said that. But you can obviously just go ahead and use acrylics or whatever you have. I like my paintings a little more textured and a little more chunky style. So I really enjoy using the chalks on that for my paintings, but you can totally use regular acrylics. You can grab at Hobby Lobby or Michael's or Walmart or Amazon, whatever the case may be. So that's an option. Is this showing up? Is this showing up good on here? Am I on the screen, you guys? Like I said, when I'm doing a painting, I usually, when I'm doing with you guys, I do it in my journal, and I'm not gonna get so focused on my painting because I'll do it later on a canvas. But as we're running out of time here for Christmas, I'm panicking a little bit, so I'm doing my canvas with you live, and hopefully we'll keep the power and do that. So, well, let me get a little more blue and yellow mix here. So you can see I just blended as I went. I wanted all the colors to come together, no hard lines. I didn't wash my brush. Still haven't washed my brush, and I'm just going back and running a little bit on some of the lines wherever the canvas is showing through. Whether you're working with chalk paints or acrylic paints, you want to work fairly quickly. They dry pretty fast. You can always spritz them with a little water, get your brush wet to get them to flow a little more, but you really want to just keep moving. Oh, while you're back. Oh, shoot, did my power blip again? Oh, you guys, this weather, tell you what. All right, so that's taking us up to our horizon line. There we go. And so in the horizon, we're going to start at the top now. Wash my brush off a little bit and dry it. Megan, hi Megan. I'm so glad you caught me live. I'm glad you're here. We're going to start at the top and do our darkest blue. And I'm going to need more blue. I'll just take it right out of the can because my brush is somewhat clean. And then we're going to gradient down, which what I mean by that is we're going to get a little bit lighter as we go. So I'm just going to touch some white and blend right into this while it's still wet. I'm going to touch some more white and blend right into that while it's still wet. I'm going to go into some more white. Touch right into that while it's still wet. You guys, we're just laying down a background, so we can go back more white. We can go back and do any touch-ups that we need to do. I'm going to change my angle a little bit here and just mix right into that bottom that was going up, and then that's going over. There we go. So there's our bright and crazy background. Oh, you guys, I hope the power is holding it. I still have lights, but I don't know how good the internet is, so we shall see. Yep, I just got water on there. All right. Now, I'll wash my brush off again. I want to lighten up this bottom just a little bit. It got a little bit dark on me, which is good because you guys can see how to do that. I'm just going to go into my yellow and just touch on my yellows. And some randomness. And with this, you just want to keep your brush really light. Light and bright. And I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing with some of that white. Not a white. Always, always. So much white compared to everything else, you guys. I'm just stirring. I have some in a little, these little mason jar things. They're handy. Buy the little plastic cups. They're much easier. Oh, good. You can still see me good. They're much easier than the rims and lids. Just saying. Same thing with the white. Just going to touch to lighten this up a little bit. All right. So light brush on that. If you're not using a chip brush and you're using just a big flat brush, same idea. Just light, light, light. I'm going to take the white off my brush, paper towel, and just do a little bit of blending. It's all about the blending. And what happens is that white kind of picks up the colors behind it. So it's lightening those areas up, but, and same with that yellow I put down. White and yellow, both to lighten. There we go. Wash this off. And now, figure out little Frosty here. I'll show you how I'm going to do him with the stencil brush I showed you at the beginning. If you guys are popping on and you missed the beginning, be sure to go back and catch the replay. And sprinkle of love, comment replay, and if you paint this, share it. Post it in the comments, or send me a private message if you don't want everybody to see it. But I just get a thrill if you guys actually paint something that I've done here. So, okay. I know, it looks kind of crazy right now. Trust the process. I'm going to blow dry this just a second, so turn your volume down. Turn it down. Still with me? Okay, we'll grab our chalk back out. We are going to do our little snowman. We're going to put his little head right about here. I'm going to do it in chalk, you guys, because this will disappear with the paint. Oh, the body's a little big. That's why we love the chalk. And also why I dried it. There we go. And I'll just go ahead and outline them here for you so you can see where the brain's going. Some of this will get painted over, but 3 circles and a squiggly line, right? And he's going to be looking up at the sky. I really think his head should be a little smaller, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Just about like that. I'll put some stars in the sky and yeah. Oh my goodness, you guys. This is why you usually see me in a ponytail. Because my hair somehow finds its way into my paintings. Little sanding block. It's all good. And then we will be highlighting a little bit around his base to give him a little bit more of a glow. So there you are. Okay, let's start with Mr. Snowman. And for him, let me get some regular white out. We're going to start with a base. I'm going to dab into, get back over here, just a smidge of my blue and a little bit of my white. And we're going to go ahead and we're just going to pounce in our circle. And this is going to give us a little bit of shading for the background. We're going to go back over with some white. But like I said, if you have a sponge, a makeup sponge, just a round paintbrush, whatever the case may be, you just want to get this fluffiness going down. And by adding a little bit of blue, that's gonna do our shading. We'll go back over with some white, but it'll give him some depth and some shape. So, not being super precise about it, just having fun, enjoying the process. And covering up that background for the most part. So that is pretty simple. I'm going to get a little bit more here. I'm going to get to his middle. Okay, so I'm going to go back with my blue, a little bit more of my blue. The blue's about dried out. There we go. I'm going to go right under here, and right down here. Because I want those to be a little darker. And as long as I'm working with it while it's wet, it will all blend. Guys, I keep dripping water on my painting here today. Okay. Now, we're going to go back with more of just... I didn't wash my brush, you guys. I'm okay with a lighter blue. We're just blending. Blending that line out a little bit while it's still wet. You see that? I hope you can see that. And now I'm going to get a little more white on my plate. I still didn't wash my brush. I'm still okay with it being a smidge dirty. And same idea as when you're stenciling, you guys. Grab that paint and then tap it off. You can see how that just gives your snowman a little texture and a little bit of depth. Just blending colors. If you get too much white, go back into your blue. While it's still wet, soften those lines. It's all about layering. So there you go. We have the stars up above, so he's going to be right in the middle of the lighting, so there's not really a lot of highlighting I need to do just yet, I guess. We might come back and do a little bit when we get closer to the end. So there's him. Wash this off. Put the lid back on my white. And while he's drying, we will go ahead and play with underneath him a little bit. I'll wash my brushes off better, you guys, when I get done, but this is just quick. See that? That's what happens when your brushes are in the water too much. They come unglued, make a mess. This one might be toast. Won't have to worry about cleaning that one. Clean your brushes better than I do. Okay, so let's take the bigger angled brush that I showed you at the beginning, and we're going to take, I need more blue. We're going to make some shade, a shadow underneath Mr. Snowman. So get your blue. There we go. Elbows. I went ahead and put a little white on my brush. I'm just going to dab it right into the blue, get a nice mix. I love how you shaded it. Good demonstration. Oh, thank you, Christy. Yeah, it's just, if you do it as you're going along and do the layers, it makes it really easy. All right, so I'm just using a little blue and a little white, so I have that darkness underneath him. And I'm also trying to let my snowman dry so I don't subject you to too much blow drying. Okay, so a little blue and a little white, and then we're going to take our red which is going to be way too dark. We're going to actually mix the red with some white and get a little bit lighter, more of a pinkish. We're working towards a glow here. Where's my brush? Okay. So, grab some white, grab some red, lighten that baby up. Oops, grabbed a little purple, a little blue, so it's going to be a kind of a purpley pink, and that's okay. Don't stress, guys. This is just art therapy. We're just having a little fun. So you guys can still see me. Get off the page. And while it's still wet, we're going to let those colors blend together. We're just creating a little bit of a glow around the base of our snowman. We're going to do the same thing with the yellow. We're going to add some yellow to the white. Who says snowmen have to be boring? We all need a little pop of color. And the snow would reflect the Christmas bulbs, the lights. If you guys go out at night and you have multicolored lights, you'll see all the colors in your snow. So this is having a little fun with that and putting those colors in our snow that we're going to put into our bulbs. And I'm going to show you a really cool trick with the light bulbs too. So that really make them glow nice. Just wash that off real quick here. Which is why I have that little brush out. All right, so same thing with the yellow. We're gonna mix it with our white, lighten it up, want it really light. Okay. We're just gonna go ahead. Are you on the screen? And just dab some yellow in there. Don't get too stressed about it. It's all background. You can go back and tweak anything at any time. So my paint kind of dried a little. I'm going to add a little water to my brush because I want to blend just a little more. We got a little crazy with the yellow. We might go back in with a little more of the pink and the blue. Let's see how it blends. Blend it a little bit more than I would like, or not enough, I should say. I'm going to go ahead and grab a little bit more of that red and white. That pinky pink. And just blend those colors a little bit more. And spritz my painting, you guys. I need to get a mister. I have thought about it, talked about it, whatever, haven't done it. And I find with the spray bottle, it's too much water. And then I end up dabbing it off. Don't try this at home. There you go. And a little bit more of my blue and white. Like I said, you guys, these tutorials, I do them quick just so you can hang out with me. I will go back and do a little tweaking on this when I get done, get offline, and I will post a picture of anything I do to change it after we adjourn. But still keeping the dark underneath your snowman. That's pretty bold. I'll probably blend it a little bit more, but for now, I'm just putting a little water on my brush, you guys, and blending, which is why I tell you I usually do my journal with you guys, because I don't want to take up all your time doing details. And however, if and when I do full classes online, you guys, you will get the full details, but it's a little better. I don't like the harsh lines, so I'm trying to mix them out a little. I'll go back and play with that a little bit more later. So there's that. I have used that towel drying to get texture in my paintings too. I know I love the texture it gives. But you can kind of see he's sitting on a little highlighted area, right? Just gives a little bit more interest to the painting. Okay. He's not completely dry, but I think we can do what's next. So I'm going to take red and blue and yellow and give them a little bit of a mix to make a brown. So if you guys have a bunch of paints and you have a brown that you like, then by all means use that. If you don't have a whole bunch of paints and you need a brown, red, blue, and yellow give a pretty nice brown. If you want it darker, add a little black. If you want it lighter, add a little white. Right? So I mixed that with my paintbrush, which I'm going to wash up. You guys, I'm looking outside. My husband cleaned off my Jeep this morning, and it is completely covered in snow again. Oh, I hear a dog coming. Who's coming? Hi, Miss Velvet. How are you? If you hear snoring, it's not me. She'll probably be sleeping in a minute. So I'm just going to take that little skinny liner brush, swirl it around in my paint and roll it off. And I'm going to give him, or her, I don't know, a couple of arms. Velvet, stop it. She's trying to get under my feet. She's kicking my legs. I'm painting, little girl. That's not good. Stop. She's so helpful. So I'm just giving him 3 little fingers like a tree branch. You can add, if you want it to look more realistic, add a little bit, add a few lines down your branch. I don't know how well you can see that in there. Okay. And then I need some black. I'm going to do my... I'm not bothering to wash my brush from brown to black, you guys. Seriously, it's not gonna make a difference. Add a little water to your paint if you're using one of these liner brushes. It just makes it flow a lot better. Unless you have really runny paint, then don't worry about it. I feel like I've been on here forever, you guys, and I know, so hopefully if you can't stay for the whole thing, hopefully you can come back from the replay and take your time and go through this. I think I'm going to just try to go through, well, I can't talk and paint. Go through some of the rest of this real quick just to give you the basics, and then I'll go back and take my time and finish this out. So I'm just using this little thin little thin paintbrush and drawing a line. I'm dabbing into my paint and rolling my brush off. The harder you push, oh, I got white on it. The harder you push, the thicker your line will be. The lighter you push, the thinner your line will be. So there's that. And this is just a random swirly tangled mess of lights. And if you draw it with your chalk first, you kind of have a guide. My paint was dragging there, you guys. And that's okay. When it dries, I'll go back and fix that. It's a nice thing about painting. It's all adjustable and fixable. That is the craziest, most random thing I've ever seen. There we go. So yeah, it says 38 minutes. Okay, not as bad as I thought. I was going to try to keep it, I was going to try to keep it shorter. So, but this is going in my house, so I need it to be right, and that's always the thing. So anyways, if you see, you can see the chalk line still there. When that dries, right here is chalk. When that dries, it'll wipe off. It'll be fine. So, you wash this off. Trying to, well, actually I shouldn't, well, I have the black going. I'll do the background a little bit. We're just going to go ahead up here on the horizon. And do kind of a wavy line. And this is just adding interest. It's personal choice on that. And just I need my little, just kind of sketching out an idea, you guys, for where things will go. I'm going to come back in with my angle brush and put some trees in there. Just to give more interest to the background a little bit. Just to give you an idea of where that's going to go. I'll sketch that in a bit. And I'll show you his nose and eyes, and then do the lights, because I think that's the big thing that I really want to show you guys. I'm just dabbing into my white here. Again, roll off your brush. We're going to do a line, a little water. There we go. Paint's a little thick for what I'm doing here. Okay, roll off your brush, do a line, cross it, and then do an X. So we're going to do a line, cross it, and then do an X. Really, really light brush will give you the finest lines for this. Let's do a big one up here. Just putting a little sparkle in the sky. Generally, I like odd numbers, so it's personal preference, but it usually looks really nice with 3, 5, or 7, depending on where you're going with things. But I'm doing kind of a night sky here, so these would be the stars. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll do one more. All different sizes. Just for interest. Alright, let's get to some light bulbs. So this is a really easy way, you guys, to do your light bulbs. I'm going to do some in yellow, some in pink, some in blue, to go with those background colors that I did. So whatever you choose for your background colors, that's what you want to use. So we're going to start, just bear with me on this. I know it seems a little crazy, but oh, there goes the snowplow. Boop, boop. We're going to start, each light bulb is just going to be started with a little dot of white. I think the first one will be red, so I'm going to take my white and red, grab that brush again, white and red, and mix them together and make that pink again. Just mixing over here, you guys. I know you can't see what I'm just making, a little pink, red and white. And I'm going to go around that white. There we go. Ooh, that was too wet. Too wet, too wet. Okay. Go around that white. Roll your brush off. Don't get it as wet as I did. I'm about ready to get rid of this brush. It's not cooperating. Actually, I think I'm going to. I'll get that little angle brush I showed you in the beginning, which is why I got it out to start with. I don't know why I didn't do it. Alright, so we'll take the white in the middle. A little pink around it. I just got too much water in that pink, you guys. And then the red. Let me do another one so you can see. Can you see? Can you see my glowing light? Alright, so let's do white So I'm using the angled brush now because that other one was not cooperating with me. I'm just going to use the tip of it, the pointed end of it, and do a little bit of white in the middle. I'm going to take that white and mix it with the yellow to make the yellow a lot lighter. And I'm going to go around that. And then I'm going to wipe my brush off and do the straight yellow and go around that. And what that's doing, you guys, it's making my bulbs glow. And if you get too carried away and you lose your white, just go back and put that white back in the center. And it'll make all of your lights look like they're glowing from the inside out, which is what the lights do. So I'm going to grab a little blue here and show you a blue one. Wipe off my brush. So same idea. And the idea being that with these lights, white, you need a lot of white to mix with your blue to lighten it up. The idea being with these lights is that they glow and they reflect the color of your background. So I'm not going to sit here and do all these. I'll do them after the fact and post a picture so you guys can see, but just so you understand how I'm doing them. To get the glowing bulbs. Where are you? There you are. You see how my lights are glowing? Okay. So that is how we're going to do all of the light bulbs. I'll go back and finish the tree line, touch up the background. Let's do a little nose for you guys so you can see the face. So we're just going to mix red and yellow to make a nice little orange. Whatever shade of orange you like. His nose is just a cone that goes down into his face. Kind of curves on that bottom. Oh, and the snowplow's going again. We got a lot of snow, you guys. I can't even. Alright. So there's that. On his nose, to give it a little bit of depth, I just touch into the red, straight up, and do a few little curved lines. A little bit at the bottom to give it some shading. And then I will touch into the yellow straight up and give it a little bit of a highlight. And also do some curved lines. So there's that. We'll do his little eyes. Just gonna use, oh, I got dirty paintbrushes everywhere. The back of the paintbrush tapped off. Tap it off, tap it off. We'll give him two little cute little eyes up here. Just like so. Some buttons down the front. I probably will go back in and do a scarf too, you guys. Just a little bigger on the buttons. And when these dry, if you don't want them to be coal and you want them to be buttons, take your little tiny brush and go back and put 4 dots on them. And then you'll have buttons. I like the buttons. I don't know. The coal's good too, but if you know me, you know I always have to do things just a little different. So there. So, I think you get the idea. you're concerned about the trees, just go in with your black and do the whole base, and then you can make mix a little yellow and blue to make a green, or actually you could just use the blue even. Just to give them some depth. I'm going to go in and do more with those, but I'm just using my angle brush and tapping down to give that shape, a little skinnier on the top, a little thicker on the bottom. So nothing too crazy, very simple. I just want to give the impression of some trees back there. So anyways, thank you for painting with me, and I will post a picture when it's finished, but I think you have enough of the steps to go ahead and get creative and do your own thing. I'm going to let you go. Oh, where are you? Ah. Oh, I love these things. Hi. Let you go and finish my painting in time, take my time, and just really play with it, and I hope you do the same. Like I said, it's only paint. Anything that doesn't come out how you want it, let it dry and paint it again. So hope you have a great Monday and stay warm. And if you could even, I can't even believe the snow that's blowing out of the trees out here. I am glad we still have power, and thankful for the wood stove. Thank you to everybody new that's joined me. I hope you enjoyed this quick tutorial. Like I said, I just do my lives with you guys so you can get the basics, and I hope you paint along and post your pictures in the comments or send me a private message with your pictures. I love it. I love seeing what you do. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me. Bye.